All right, today I am going to have you start thinking about and looking for information to complete your argument. So, what was the objective? What was the main goal of what we talked about at the end of the lesson with the flashlights? Do you remember? Right, the distance of the sun or the stars, the sun being one of those, and how bright they are to Earth. Does the brightness of the star matter, or is it determined by the distance the star is away from Earth? So what you're going to do today is you're going to get into Google Classroom and you're going to go to mine. Now remember, your password is PC and your library number, or PC schools, or just your library number, but you have to get your email address right. And your email address is your first initial, your middle initial, your last name, and the year you were born. Then you have to put the domain at putnamcitystudent.org. And you can find putnamcitystudent.org at the back of the classroom on the board or up here on the board. But you're going to log in and you are going to open up your classroom. In your classroom, you will see you have an assignment. And you are going to click right here on this document, the distance of the stars. You may have to click open first. And once you do that, it's going to come up. And you're going to have a couple of things that you need to do. The first one is that you need to answer the following questions. But you're going to answer this question by doing research. So, does the distance of the star affect the brightness of the star as we see it here on Earth? So is it brighter because it's closer to us, or that doesn't matter? You're going to answer that question, and then you're going to prove your answer. What makes an argument good? If you want your parents or you want to convince somebody that you're right, what makes that better? Facts, proof. Those are all things that are going to make that better. So you're going to I would open another screen, File, New Window. Just pull it over to the side a little bit. And you're going to go to kidrex.org. You can make yours a little bit smaller or bigger. Mine is just, I don't want to cover up the video part. So you are going to then type in your keyword. What would some keywords, if you're looking for distance of stars and the brightness, what would those keywords be, or keyword? You can put words, you can put a phrase, anything like that. Go ahead and discuss with your discuss with your neighbor, if you're both ready, what that would look like. Okay, so some keywords might be brightness of stars. And then you can come over here and you can look for that information. And look, they have a lot of different websites. And remember, we want to stay away from websites that are not necessarily the best. Wikipedia is one we'd want to stay away from. So you can click on maybe this first one, or maybe some others, and you're just looking for information that tells you that stars are brighter when they're closer to the Earth, or they're not. It doesn't matter. So you're going to read different things. The star's brightness, we might mean one of two things. So it's two different types of brightness here. So what is something that it would show you? You're going to look at this. You can go back. You can click on something else. And then when you find something, you're going to type in what you found. What is that information? And then you have to cite your source. Now remember, when you cite your source, you have to write the name of the website, the author, the year it was published, and then you have to write the address. But you can just copy that. So once you've clicked on something, right here, star brightness versus star luminosity, I would type that. But I'm going to actually start, I told you to start with the name of the website, but you're actually going to start with the author, then the name of the website, then the year it was published, so February 18th, 2017. Then you're going to come up here and you're going to push Command C and copy that, and then you can Command V and you're going to type the web address. So here I could just do Command V and it adds that in. So then you're going to do that for all of the sources that you look at. You need to look at least 3. You want information, you want 5 facts, but you want 3 that are going to tell you. If you just hear it from one, it's not as great, but if you hear it from 3 different ones, then you're more likely to get the correct answer. We will be finishing this project next week. So you'll start researching today, finish next week. Once you're finished with this project, we're going to argue. We are going to stand up at the front of the classroom and do some arguing as to whether or not the brightness of a star is affected by how close it is. So get your research done. You can ask questions in Google Classroom, so if you need to, at the bottom of this, you can add a comment that I can see and ask a question. You're not adding any other comments, but something that is pertinent to the lesson if you have a question, and I'll be checking it kind of throughout the day or throughout the morning during your time, possibly, and seeing if any of you have questions and if I can help answer them.